Hey everybody, it's Gail, and today I have this adorable chicken purse to show you, or as I like to call it, the pocket box. This comes to us from your inspirations, and you use our old dear friend Red Heart Super Saver, or really any worsted weight acrylic or worsted weight generally. Just remember that Red Heart Super Saver tends to be a heavier worsted weight, so aim that direction for the right size. The pattern says to use a 5mm hook, an H hook. The original copy of the pattern that I have, which is from several months ago, indicated it said size 5 and then I hook in parentheses. It was a mistake. But I ended up using the size I, which is a 5.5mm, because I wanted a slightly larger purse. So very simple change. So you make a lot of pieces to make this, and we are going to go through them. So first of all, you make two pieces to form the sides. Hold on, I'm holding, oh, here we go, there we go. You make two pieces to hold the sides by working a set of chains and then working back and forth with the increases. Now, the pattern has written instructions and also charts. The written instructions for this after a certain point say follow on as before, basically. And so what you need to know is that at the beginning and end of every row, you have 8 stitches that you work before the increases start. So if you start here, it's 8 stitches, increase stitch, you work all your stitches around, and then you work all of your increased stitch plus all of the stitches that come after the increased stitch before you work the final 8. So I found having stitch markers at the 8th stitch on both sides really helped me out. So my recommendation to you. All right, I'll put that there. This is the gusset that will go between the two pieces that I just showed you. And so this is what's going to give you the space in the purse to hold stuff. And then this is the other side, and you can see, I did drop a piece. Lots of pieces. I'll be right back. Come here. You can see on this other side that I have pinned fabric because I decided I'm going to line this. These instructions are not in the pattern. I just popped this down onto a sheet that I had specifically to use for like lining stuff and what's going on over here, and traced it out, cut it slightly larger than the tracing so that I would have enough to fold over and still cover the purse. As you can see, my cuts are not perfection, but it will help the purse keep its shape a little bit more. I tend to carry enough weight in any purse that I'm carrying that I like to line bags like this so that they don't stretch out too bad. You don't have to. You might end up with a really long chicken, but a chicken. And then this is the button flap. It will also be lined. And now we get to all the fiddly bits. So first of all, we have this strap, which I'm going to line the back of it with ribbon to help it hold its shape. And it is much shorter than in the pattern photo, but I wanted it more of like an over-the-wrist bag. So that's going to accomplish that. Put that down. It's hard to find space for all of these right now. I need to get a table. All right, anyway, final bits. This is the crown to go along the top of the head. Woo. This is the beak, which you will sew up the sides a little bit and then attach it to the front of the purse. And then these are the feet, which will go on the bottom of the purse. Now, if you don't want to fiddle around with the feet, like, it's going to look like a chicken with or without the feet. So if you're looking at those feet like, oh, I don't want to deal with them, don't worry, you don't have to. So I'm going to sew the line. I'm going to sew the lining, and then I'm going to sew everything together, and then I will be back with a proper pocket block. Pocket block. That's actually the back. Here's the front. I love it. So my beak came off a little iffy, but c'est la vie. Yeah, I did that. I have to be honest. The first part of the video I filmed in January. I am filming this it's Easter Sunday, so that's April. That's how long it took me to just sit down and sew all of the lining. Just was not feeling it, but look, it's done. It's all lined. Is my sewing perfect? No. Who cares? I don't. And then, not only did I get all of that, but I did also manage the ribbon. I have a red thread that I could have used so it doesn't show on the red bits, but I hate it. It's very twisty. I think it's an embroidery thread and not an actual sewing thread. I think I bought the wrong type of thread when I bought it because I was just looking for red thread and I grabbed whatever I found. But you're going to have to be super duper close to see the little white stitches along the red, and I'm probably going to hit you with the pocket block if you're that close to me. So, the feetsies are amazing. I did do a different join. So the join that the pattern calls out for is meant to have the gusset tuck in just a tiny bit, and it looks great. But it was a slip stitch join, and I have been having issues with my slip stitch joins recently. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I've had a couple of things I use the slip stitch to join, and then it's, even though I've woven in the ends, it's come undone a little bit recently. So I just didn't want to do that. So we just did a nice whip stitch, nice clean whip stitch on both sides. This button is from La Mode, and I don't know where I bought the buttons because the little card for them, it has a handwritten price. So I must have been at a yarn shop or an estate sale or something and found them, but I thought the little bushel of apples was just perfect for the pocket block. And then I do want to note, so the sewing instructions in the pattern are nice, but just because it's a little bit different, the comb, you're actually working around not just both sides, but also the front. So I put the purse handle on first, and then did the crown around it because I thought that would look best, and I was right. And then lastly, of course, little tiny button eyes. That is a 6mm button. I have like 6 of them left over from needing super tiny buttons for a pair of slippers I made. And the instructions say, hey, you know, just do a straight stitch for the eye. And I was like, but I have perfect little beady eye buttons, so I'm doing that instead. Very happy. Little beady eyes. Look at him. I love it. I've not had the chance to wear it yet because I just haven't left the house this weekend. So there it is. Sorry, Kenny. Very happy with it. I do actually have fried egg earrings I can wear with it. So very excited about that. Yeah, this was, I mean, the lining was a self-imposed thing. I don't even count it against the project because that was me making that decision. This is very fun. I mean, obviously, look at this fucker. Look at this clucker. How many more puns am I going to make? I don't know. Anyway, big recommend. I will have it linked down in the basement, of course. And pattern's in great shape. They did a good job with the updates they made. And now I have to name it. I don't know what. Henrietta seems too obvious. I don't know. Maybe something with eggs. I'll work on it. I'll let you know if I come up with something. But yeah, pocket block, great time. As always, if you enjoy what I do here, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, all that fun stuff, and I will see you when I see you.